Hi Sagittarius, this is Krista. Welcome back to my channel. I'm about to do your September 2019 general reading. So this is for Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, and Sagittarius Rising signs. So I'm going to be doing a 4-card spread today and follow up with a lot of messages from our oracle decks here. And I want to alert everyone that I have been uploading daily tarot messages, super in-depth tarot messages on Instagram. So you can follow me there at RadicalAngel33. They're super in-depth, they're super fun, and I find them really, truly very helpful. So get your free readings on Instagram at RadicalAngel33. If you're not on Instagram or you want to follow me on other socials, you can find me at Radical Angel on both Facebook and on Twitter. All right, Sagittarius, what do you need to know for September? What is going on in September for Sagittarius? Whoops, that's way too many. Let's get these back in here. Messages for Sagittarius. It's honestly one of my favorite signs. September, Sagittarius, September. Whoa. Did it again. Let's do this. I'm getting a little bit sticky today. It is hot here where I live, so there's a fan in the background. If you're hearing something sort of wonky, it's just a fan. All right, Sagittarius. September. Sagittarius, September, what is up? It was excited reading for you, Sagittarius. You're just such an effervescent sign. Ruled by Jupiter. So much potential, so much optimism. All right. Let's get into it. So we're going to be looking at our past, present, future, and an advice card. And then as always, I will look at the bottom of the deck for general energy behind the scenes for you. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Okay, so, you know, straight up, we're looking at some severity here. We do have, could have to overcome something this month. It could be something that's an illusion, something that's behind the scenes, something you don't want to face. A message of love, a message of hope, something that's small. It could be a child here as well. It could be your inner child, someone that you're trying to protect or that you're being too severe with. And then we have the Knight of Swords looking both at the Page of Cups and at the sense of illusion here with the moon. There could be intuition and dreams and that type of thing here as well. But this is a little bit pessimist. This is also someone who's in a bit of a rush to get information or to spread information. So slowing down the mental activity this month could really be helpful. And then we have at the bottom of the deck, look, we have this sort of like woe is me, 5 of Pentacles, sort of looking at the Lover's card. So a big decision around, I would say, something having to do with health, something having to do with assets, finances, income even. A big decision needs to be made here. It's going to feel like it's between the heart and the mind, but it's always about the heart, and I would follow that. The last thing anyone needs is a broken heart. But this might be what this is really about this month. This is a heart and mind decision. And it's like the mind is being ultra critical against something perhaps you don't have all the information about, or you don't even really want to look at. You rather just rush by it. But there's an emotional aspect here that's being either ignored or being disillusioned about somehow. So very, very curious to see the 5 of Pentacles here. I mean, there could have just been a slight health issue for you as well, and a decision needs to be made about, you know, how to go about fixing it. or solving it. Very interesting. I do think it's going to be, small beings though. Anytime we're looking at anything under a 6, it's going to, come and go. But it may feel as though it's taxing somehow, right? So just something to think about and behind the scenes. And like I said, it could very well be affecting what else is going on here, because we do have, in my estimation, even though we're not dealing with a lot of cups over here, we do have the Pisces ruled moon, and then we have, the Page of Cups here. So we have a lot of water energy. Also, Pisces rules the 12th house, which is dreams, self-undoing, addictions, lies, secrets, that type of thing. And just, fools, right? Fooling yourself, fooling someone else. And it's through really no fault of your own. It's just not being able to see, or not the facts or the evidence, or not being willing to. And these are in like complete, sort of opposite. These are polar to each other. So very, very interesting to see this, really calling attention to it right here. It could even have to do strictly about income. But essentially when I see the 5 of Pentacles as well, it's a situation where you can look for help. So it might even just be a time for you to just say, I need some help with this, or I can't do this by myself, or it's not what I thought. There could be a sense, it could be perceived or real, a sense of abandonment or not having enough as well. So very, very interesting. I think it would be straight up, Sagittarius, it would be a really nice month for you to come to terms with how you feel, okay? About whatever you want, like whatever, when you're listening to this, for example, like what is it that's striking you about your feelings when we're talking about that, like how you feel about something, really come to terms with that and address that. Because and we have in our past energy, we have the Divorce Queen. So she really is represented by Libra, but it can be any air sign. It can be Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. I consider her Libra because, as you know, the Libra is the balance. It's the scales. It rules justice. Plus we have this massive white owl, which of course is wisdom. This person will not lie. She can't lie. But remember, she's right under the Page of Cups. She's right under a very, very sensitive card. Possibly a child or your inner child. So you could even be too severe with yourself at this time, if that's possible. So maybe try a little bit of gentleness, try to be a little bit more, or less severe, I should say. But the good thing about the Queen of Swords is that she has seen and heard it all, and she will tell you the truth. She has the truth, she'll tell you the truth, and also she's mature, so she can help guide you in the right direction, or at least you feel confident moving in the right direction with that as your past energy. The present energy, like I pointed out, is this moon, Pisces ruled moon, 12th house energy, self-undoing. This is, this is the Cassandra, right? Like it's like a curse, like no one will believe you even though you're telling the truth. Or it is Persephone, she's caught and she's dragged to the underworld against her will for 6 months of the year. And she just has to live with it. So there's a sense of kind of like being pulled somewhere against your will, but it can only happen if we don't look at the situation around us, right? Like we really have to confront something in the real world, something very practical here. On the other hand, if this is a spiritual practice, or there is, a study around, say, esoteric or occult issues here, this could be very, very sparkling energy for you to have this month, because this allows you to go deeper. This is behind the scenes. This is illusions, and it could very well be breaking through illusions as well. But illusions and situations where you don't necessarily have all the facts, or you can't address the facts. On the other hand, it's very positive that you use your intuition at this time. Here we have, like I said, the Page of Cups. This is just a really nice, cute message of love. It's someone who's a little bit immature. Like I said, it could be you. But ultimately someone who has your best interests at heart, someone who is interested in your heart or a heart space. But like I said, these two are kind of in polar opposition, right? We have like this behind the scenes or dream state or illusory state. And then we have this Knight of Swords who's in a big, big hurry to say what's on his mind. And, again, depending on what it's around, it doesn't have to be a message of woe or a message of severity or even, I hope you can see these, or even of pessimism, but that could be the case as well. And it could be like that's what's leading us to a place of pessimism, is that we weren't able to see something for what it really was. So very, very interesting there to see that. I think along with your daily readings on my Instagram, for example, you're going to be able to get through this really, really quickly. Anything that feels overwhelming or taxing, or it just feels like too much to deal with, I think you can go slow. But ultimately, like I said, with that Lover's card, it's going to take an active decision on your part to come to terms with those polar opposites. All right, so let's get a Wisdom of the Oracle card for you. I feel like there's a problem or an issue or a state of mind or even a way of feeling that has to be resolved this month, or it's asking for you to resolve. But look at this, both the thinker and message in a bottle, like literally the heart and the mind. So the thinker, we're going to try to get out of there and we're going to try to share messages. We're going to look in our heart space. This tactically means getting messages through social media or emails and so forth. But I really see so strongly here that this is, you know, an internal message for yourself. Like, what is your self narrative? What are you feeling about yourself that you're saying to yourself about yourself? Right? That's your message. That's a heart space message. Very, very curious. Let's get one from our medicine card deck. Wow. Okay, so this is our second card of messages. So while there isn't any Eight of Wands, which is like, ooh, here comes some notes and messages and emails and so forth, messages are really important. If this is about you going within and feeling really intuitive about what's coming in or messages, and it's a study of some sort at this time, I would say that, you know, your antenna is on target. Your spidey senses are accurate. Keep moving in that direction. You're going to want to pay attention to things that like remind you of something, right? Like there is a real sense of nostalgia here with the moon as well. I know it's Pisces ruled, but there is a sense of, you know, the good old days, right? With Pisces. Everything was better back then, so to speak. So, you know, maybe you can draw that out of yourself. What was so good about that? Or what needs to be addressed about that? Maybe you're too severe with yourself about even having that in your heart at all, or even thinking about that, or somewhat embarrassed about that. And I don't think it's anything to be embarrassed about. It's part of human nature. We're all feeling emotional human beings. Here with balance, yeah, we're looking at, like I said, here again with the Queen of Swords, of course, the Libra ruled Queen of Swords. Sense of balance at this time. There could even be a sense of justice or something that needs straightening out. Equilibrium. Recall that the 6 will follow the 5 of Pentacles. Thank God. Which means things will be evened out. Give and take will be equal. It could just be that the price was too high here. around a decision based on the heart. The price was too high, or it taxed you in a way you didn't expect. This could be a romance card for you. It could also be creativity. But coming out of the Romance Angels Oracle is your love life is being affected by children. What's that about? What's this about, Sagittarius? Your love life is affected by children. So you're factoring in children into the month of September. I can't help but feel this is about your inner child, or something having to do with a child of your own, or someone very, very close to you. But if not a child in your own life, or an actual human being, something about the world of a child, or something that's new or innocent, right? So lots going on there. I really do think that you'll be helped tremendously by your daily readings, just because this is, like I said, for the month, and there's a lot going on here. And I think that daily, it'll help give you some tactics and skills on how to get through the day and work through these types of energies. But ultimately, I think you can be honest about how you feel or interpret things while still being gentle with yourself. So try to keep equilibrium this month. I hope that you enjoyed that reading. All of my socials will be listed in the description for this video below. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.